You're watching BCTV. We're all about Brantford. You're watching BCTV, Brantford Government Television, a service of Brantford Community Television. This program is brought to you in part through the support of the town of Brantford.
I'd like to just take an opportunity to say hello to everybody. Welcome on behalf of the Brantford Fire Department, the Brantford Fire Commission. Introduce some dignitaries we have with us tonight. We have our first selectman, Jamie Cosgrove, Chairman of the Fire Commission, Robert Massey, Reverend Grayson, Commissioner David LaCroix, Commissioner Kathleen Fox, Commissioner Buzz Clem, who's been on the Fire Commission as long as I've been a firefighter. And second selectman, Joe Higgins, is here with us tonight. And welcome to my fellow chief officers, firefighters, friends, family. I'm glad you can be here. If you could please now rise for the presentation of the colors. I'd like to introduce Fire Department Chaplain, the Reverend Sharon Grayson. Please remain standing for the blessing. Reverend?
Almighty God, Look upon these, your willing servants, as they begin a new life of service as members of the Brantford Fire Department. Grant them courage when it is needed, patience even when it is a challenge, compassion at all times, and the power of your protection each time they answer a call. May they find joy and friendship in the ranks of this department. May they know the support and appreciation of the leaders and residents of our town. And may they dwell in your most gracious care all their days. We ask this in the name of all that is holy. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Grayson. Thank you to the New Haven County Firefighters Emerald Society and the Brantford Fire Department Honor Guard, Local 2533 Honor Guard. This time I'd like to introduce our first selectman, Jamie Cosgrove, for some remarks.
You can be seated. On the behalf of the town of Brantford, I welcome everybody here today. I just want to briefly make a couple of remarks that, certainly first and foremost, I welcome and congratulate the 8 new firefighters who will be sworn in tonight, as well as congratulate those who are being promoted. It is a tremendous honor to have you as part of the Brantford community, part of the Brantford Fire Department. You certainly have the support of my office, as well as with Selectman Higgins, who joins me here today. I just want to say, when we went from we started to go down this endeavor as increasing the need, or responding to an increasing need of increasing the size of the department. And I just want to congratulate, or really recognize, Chief Tom Mahoney, Chairman Massey, and the rest of the commission's leadership in really getting us to the point where we were able to increase by 25% the people we have here, the men and women who are out there responding to these calls every day. That's a pretty significant increase for any municipality to absorb. But it was a thought-out plan. This plan to get us to this point started maybe 5 years ago, and we were able to progress to get to the point where we could be able to bring on the new firefighters. But I just want to speak to the entire department in that. For us to get to this point, I think the community recognized the need. And in recognizing that need, what probably isn't said is that the community recognizes and appreciates the work that each and every one of you do day in and day out, responding to the calls when we need you the most. So again, once again, on behalf of the town, on behalf of the community, I thank you.
Thank you, Selectman Cosgrove. As Jamie said, this was a process. It didn't happen overnight. It was a while coming. We identified a need many years ago, but as every municipality understands, money's tight. We were lucky enough to apply for and receive a SAFER grant, which eased the immediate impact. We were able to hire 8 additional firefighters and spread that over a period of time with the help of a competitive federal grant. For those families that are new to us, welcome. You are now part of our fire department family. The Brantford Fire Department has over 140 career, part-time, and volunteer professionals that make it up. We do 6,300 calls of service a year, and it's my extraordinary honor to be the leader of such a wonderful group of men and women. It kind of breaks me up to be standing here before you, because it is it's a very special honor, and the work that they do every day makes my job really pretty easy. Today was a typical Brantford Fire Department day. In a matter of 15 minutes, we had 7 911 calls that we had to answer, and we did answer those calls with no mutual aid today, and that's a kind of a remarkable feat. So thank you. We didn't get here alone, as First Selectman did mention. It takes a community, and I'd just like to say thank you, starting with the Board of Fire Commissioners, the Board of Selectmen, the Board of Finance, the RTM, and certainly the community of Brantford who supported us, and as well as our Connecticut congressional delegation that it's a bipartisan group at Washington that recognizes the need to help communities. They've supported the Assistance to Firefighter Grant Program, which includes the SAFER program, which is the grant that we were able to hire a lot of these firefighters. But it's been a remarkable year in the Brantford Fire Department, and tonight is a culmination of that year. Not only did we complete our busiest year ever at 6,300 calls for service, but we had a large turnover. All of us are walking through history, but you don't often recognize when you're a part of history. And tonight, with these new firefighters, this is the first time in the history of the Brantford Fire Department that 8 new firefighters were hired at any one time. When the career department started in the early 60s, there was, I believe, 6 firefighters originally. Some of the old guys out there might be able to correct that, but so you guys, the 8 we hired all at once is history. So not only did we hire 8 new firefighters, new positions, to bring our total staffing on the career side up to 10, but we also tonight are swearing in some additional firefighters who replaced retired firefighters. They have some big shoes to fill tonight, and I have no doubt that they will do so with great honor. So with that, we are also recognizing 2 promotions tonight. Because of the way the year went, we promoted these 2 officers. We swore them in, but tonight is their public swearing-in ceremony where we're presenting them to you officially, and that would be Deputy Chief Jason Karpovich and Captain Craig O'Rourke, 2 men who I've had the honor to work with for many years now and are most deserving of their promotions. This time, we're going to call up Chairman of the Fire Commission, Rob Massey, and Deputy Chief of Administration and Safety, Gary Bloomquist. Gary's going to talk a little bit about each one of these fine firefighters tonight, and then we're going to swear in the officers individually and the firefighters as a group in the interest of time. I think maybe you could appreciate that. Chief Bloomquist.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief. Commissioner Massey, Board of Fire Commissioners, Selectman Cosgrove, and Selectman Higgins, thank you for being here tonight. And all the family and friends of these exciting individuals that are getting sworn in tonight, welcome to the Brantford Fire Department. My name is Gary Bloomquist. I'm the Deputy Chief of Safety and Administration. It's a long title, but it carries a great pleasure as training officer, training chief for the Brantford Fire Department to get these new firefighters up to speed and ready to hit the floor. Chief Karpovich started his career here with the Brantford Fire Department 20 years ago. Jason graduated from the Connecticut Fire Academy recruit training class 16 in December of 1999. He completed his paramedic training at the Naugatuck Valley Community College. He has also served 4 years in the U.S. Navy. Jason has also served as past president of Local 2533. It gives me great pleasure to introduce you, Deputy Chief Jason Karpovich.
You raise your right hand, please. This is the oath of a Deputy Fire Chief. I solemnly swear that I will faithfully discharge my full duty as a fire officer, that I will respect and honor the rules and regulations of the Brantford Fire Department, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will act with all haste in answering my alarms, to obey implicitly the orders of my superiors, and to always conduct myself in a manner to being a credit to myself and to the department, that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, So help me God.
I'd like to have the representative for Chief Karbovich who to apply his badge on his uniform. Our next promotion is Captain Craig O'Rourke. He began his career in the Brantford Fire Department in January 2008. He graduated from the New Haven Sponsor Hospital Paramedic Program in 2009. Craig attended the University of New Haven and also worked as an electrical contractor, owning his own company until 2011. Craig is also a veteran of the United States Army, in which he advanced to the rank of sergeant. While in the Army, Captain O'Rourke has served an extended tour duty in Iraq from April of 2003 to August of 2004. He has served the community of Brantford with pride. Among other things, he is also a past president, I see a trend here, of Local 2533. Craig also serves on the Local 2533 Honor Guard. He's involved with the SCBA committee in the training division. And one of his most recent successes coordinated the formation of the Brantford Fire Department Peer Support Team, which regionalized into a network where firefighters across southern Connecticut and into central Connecticut can reach out to each other in times of need for peer counseling. We've had professional training in that organization as well, and it's been a tremendous success. While not in the firehouse, Craig is a member of the New Haven County Emerald Society and enjoys skiing in the winter and hiking in the summer with his family. Captain Craig O'Rourke.
Can you raise your right hand? Oath of a fire captain. I solemnly swear that I will faithfully discharge my full duty as a fire captain, that I will respect and honor the rules and regulations of the Brantford Fire Department, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will act with all haste in answering alarms, to obey implicitly the orders of my superiors, and to always conduct myself in a manner to being a credit to myself and to the department, that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God.
Can I ask Ashlyn and Nick to come up and pin their father? All right, the next 11 firefighter paramedics and firefighter EMTs that we're going to be introducing, we're going to do the biographies for all 11, and then they are going to be sworn in as a group, and then we'll invite the family and friends up to pin the badges onto the members being sworn in. Firefighter paramedic Angel Aviles. He's no newcomer to the fire service. Angel comes to us with 20 years of service with the City of New Haven Fire Department. He began his career with New Haven Fire Department in November of 1998, graduated their academy in April of '99. He served as a pump operator and truck operator. He graduated Sponsor Hospital Paramedic Program in 2012. In 2016, he reached the rank of lieutenant, assigned to Engine Company 5. On December 30th, 2018, he retired from the New Haven Fire Department after 20 years. Angel was also working part-time as a Medic 3 paramedic for the past 18 months prior to us hiring him. It's great talent that we received, and it's a privilege to bring in Angel Aviles, and we fast-tracked him to become a truck company operator right away. So congratulations, Angel. Next introduction is firefighter paramedic Max Brown. Max worked as an EMT for over 7 years. He has also completed his bachelor's degree in exercise philosophy from Southern Connecticut. In 2017, Max began his paramedic school at the New Britain EMS Academy and graduated in 2018. Upon graduating from the Connecticut Fire Academy 644-hour recruit program on December 7, 2018, Max was assigned to Division III. In his free time, he enjoys living an active lifestyle and spending quality time with his family and friends. Welcome, Max Brown. Next up is firefighter paramedic Garrett Lizzie. Garrett began his career in emergency services nearly 16 years ago when he started working for AMR in Hartford as an EMT. He graduated at the University of New Haven with a Bachelor of Science in Fire Arson Investigation in 2007. He went to paramedic school at Capital College, graduating there in 2009. After graduating, he was fortunate to begin his firefighting career the same year he was hired by the West Shore Fire District as a firefighter paramedic, where I also had the privilege to work with Garrett Lizzie. The Brantford Fire Department, in February this year, he transferred to our fire department and has been assigned to Division II. In his free time, Garrett enjoys spending as much time with his family as possible. Welcome, firefighter paramedic Garrett Lizzie. Firefighter John Massey, firefighter paramedic John Massey, began his time in the emergency services as an explorer right here in this fire department at the age of 14. He volunteered in the town until he was hired by the West Shore Fire District in July of 2015. John has also been practicing as a paramedic since 2011, also works at AMR New Haven. Upon being hired with the Brantford Fire Department last year, John was assigned to Division I. In his free time, John enjoys spending much time with his family and friends, and is currently, well, no, not currently awaiting his childbirth. He has his child. Congratulations, firefighter paramedic John Massey. Firefighter paramedic Joseph Mazzarella began his career as a first responder 5 years ago with Connecticut with the Yantic Fire Department. It's up in Norwich, right, Joe? I happen to know where it is. He worked as an EMT in the London County until he enrolled in Capital College paramedic program in 2016. His previous working experience as a paramedic includes the emergency room at Reston Hospital in Virginia and AMR New Haven. Upon graduating the Connecticut Fire Academy recruit program in December, he was assigned to Division IV. Joseph looks forward to serving the residents and colleagues faithfully for many years to come. In his free time, he enjoys spending with his family and friends, surfing, rock climbing, and hiking outdoors, and planning a wedding. Congratulations, firefighter paramedic Joe Mazzarella. Firefighter EMT Kevin O'Donnell, third-generation Brantford native with a rich family history in the fire service. In 2012, he graduated from Oklahoma State University with a Bachelor of Science in Aerospace Administration and Operations. He will be in charge of the Brantford Fire Department Aviation Unit. Kevin's degree in aviation took him south to Florida for 4 years, and he accepted a position with Bombardier Aerospace back home in Connecticut as an aircraft scheduler and dispatcher. Kevin began his career as a firefighter EMT a little over 3 years ago with the Shaker Pines in Bolton, Connecticut Fire Department. Kevin is currently enrolled in the paramedic program at Yale New Haven Center for EMS. In his free time, he enjoys spending quality time with his wife and son, along with their 2 French bulldogs. Firefighter EMT Kevin O'Donnell. Firefighter paramedic Alexandra Demitrak. She has worked as an EMT for over the past 5 years. In May of 2018, she graduated the Yale Center for EMS paramedic program. Alexandra looks forward to serving the residents of Brantford and working as an exceptional team with an exceptional team of firefighter paramedics. In her free time, she enjoys spending time with the family and friends and hiking with her dog Benji. Alexandra is at the point in her paramedic training where she is just waiting for the medical director to sign her off, and she's going to be a practicing paramedic. Congratulations, Alexandra. Firefighter EMT Eric DeRusso. He's been working as an EMT for 1.5 years. Eric started working as a part-time EMT here at the Brantford Fire Department on Medic 3 in August of last year. While obtaining his EMT, he completed his bachelor's degree in interdisciplinary studies, has dual minors in computer science and sociology, so maybe you could help Chief Murray a little bit with the IT department. Eric looks forward to continue his education by starting his paramedic program in the fall of 2019. Eric will be attending Capital College paramedic program. In his free time, he enjoys living an active lifestyle, spending quality time with his family and friends and fiancée Samantha and their 2 dogs, Remy and Chloe. Congratulations, Eric. Firefighter EMT Dante Giroli III began as a volunteer here in Brantford in 2017 with our Company 5 in Stony Creek. During this time, he became an EMT in 2018 at New Haven Sponsor Hospital EMT program. He also received an associate's degree in criminal justice from the University of New Haven. He enjoys playing hockey and being with friends and family when not working. He's looking forward to being able to work for an amazing community which he has grown up in. Dante will also be attending the Capital College paramedic program this fall. Congratulations, Dante. Firefighter paramedic Jeff Larson has been involved with the fire service for 14 years. At the age of 14, Jeff found his passion for the fire service when he joined the Guilford Volunteer Fire Department as an explorer. He went on to become a volunteer member of FC Spencer Hook and Ladder Company 1 at Station 3 for 8 years, where he held the rank of captain. In 2012, he became an EMT, and in 2016, he enrolled in the New Haven Sponsor Hospital paramedic program, later graduating the program as a paramedic in 2018. Jeff worked as a career firefighter for the town of Guilford from 2017 to 2018, and also worked here as a part-time paramedic with our Medic 3 program. In February 2019, this year, Jeff was hired as a full-time career firefighter paramedic and was assigned to Division 3. Jeff is honored to be serving the town of Brantford and the community. When not on the job, he enjoys spending time with his family, friends, traveling, in warmer months enjoying the shoreline, and out on his jet ski. Congratulations, Jeff. And then there was Riley. Firefighter EMT Riley O'Donnell. Yes, between Giroli's and O'Donnell's, it's tough to keep track of them now. He started his career in the fire service at the age of 12, also as an explorer in Stony Creek Company 5. He graduated from Brantford High School and went off to study business at the University of New Hampshire. After a year, he decided his true passion is firefighting and came back to Connecticut to pursue his career. Riley obtained his EMT certification in November of 2018, as well as his Firefighter 1 in October of 2017. Until his hire date in February of this year, Riley was enrolled in full-time business at Gateway Community College and was also serving as a volunteer in Indian Neck Pine Orchard Company 9. Riley is looking forward to going to paramedic school this fall, and after his graduation from the Connecticut Firefighting Academy, and continuing to serve the town of Brantford that he lives in. Welcome, Firefighter EMT Riley O'Donnell.
Have you guys take a step forward as a group. Raise your right hand. I think I ever did 11.
Oath of a firefighter. I solemnly swear that I will faithfully discharge my full duty as a firefighter, that I will respect and honor the rules and regulations of the Brantford Fire Department, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will act with all haste in answering alarms, to obey implicitly the orders of my superiors, and to always conduct myself in a manner to being a credit to myself and to the department, that I will take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God.
Those family and friends that are pinning the badges on these firefighter, EMTs, and paramedics, come on up now, please.
Just take a spot up next to your loved one or significant other. All right. I got nervous just in case.
Once again, congratulations to our members receiving promotion and sworn in. I know many of you have been to our fire station before, but if you have not been here before, we welcome you to see the entire station, the apparatus room. We call it a firehouse because these firefighters live here for 24-hour shifts. So it much resembles a home with a living area, kitchen, bedroom, we call it a bunk room, and so forth. So if you have not seen our station, please take it an opportunity to see it. Take pictures up here, downstairs, wherever you like. This is a significant day with the Brantford Fire Department. And on behalf of the Brantford Fire Department, I'll turn this back over to Chief Mahoney. Thank you.
Nice job, Chief. Thank you very much. I'd just like to say congratulations to each and every one of you. As we heard from Chief Bloomquist reading each of your biographies, we are blessed to have an exceptionally talented group of individuals, and I look forward to watching you grow and wish you all success, as I'm sure everybody here does. Before we go, I just would like to mention that in the back we have some coffee and cookies. You're more than welcome to help yourself afterwards. Feel free to take all the pictures, like Chief Bloomquist said, tour the station. And for one last time, please rise and give these guys a hand and welcome them to the Brantford Fire Department.
Okay, good evening and welcome to the June 27th, 2019 Board of Fire Commissioners meeting. And the time right now is 7:29 p.m. First on the agenda is meeting of, we have minutes to approve. First is the special meeting of March 18th, 2019. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So voted. Next is January 18th, 2019, special meeting.
So moved. Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. January 15th, 2019, special meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. And lastly, we went backwards, that's all it was written here for me. December 17th, 2018, special meeting.
So moved.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
And then October.
And there's an October one, right?
Yep.
Yeah. October 25th, 2018. Wow. Yeah.
That was a regular meeting.
Yeah, it was a regular meeting, yes.
So moved.
that.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, opposed, all right, good. End of our minutes. All right, we're back on track.
We cleaned everything up.
Yep. Finance, Commissioner Riccio.
Yes. Seeing the chief's report here, we are over budget and overtime, sick replacement, and education incentive accounts due to the 5 vacancies carried through the first 6 months of the year. We have an unbudgeted sick payout of $24,000, and then we're going to ask for a transfer soon for, I don't know, we'd say 60.
Yeah, so we're gonna end up asking for a contingency transfer to cover the shortfalls. It's estimated at this time to be approximately $60,000.
Okay.
So our last payroll is July 4th, next week. Once Munis, which is our financial software, catches up and we have a true accounting of everything, we'll have a much clearer picture, but today it looks like we're in much better shape than I had initially anticipated. We were looking, estimating early on that we may be asking for more than $100,000, but the way the firefighters use their holiday vacation, those are the replacement accounts, right?
Right.
So those, we had a surplus in those accounts, as well as salaries from the vacant positions that are going to help with some of our shortfalls. So much less than originally anticipated as far as the contingency ask, which is good news.
And in the overall budget, we're in good shape.
Yes.
Yes, we are.
We're spent, we have a significant budget of over $6 million, and this was a hard year for us as far as not only the personnel, but we had some, larger equipment needs we didn't have in the past. We've not spent some of those because we knew we were having budget shortfalls, but all that does is kind of kick the can down the road. This year, everything came together and we're spent down in just about all the accounts.
The can got to the end of the
Yeah.
road.
That's it.
One other account that was hard hit was professional development because of we're not typically budgeted for the amount of recruits, and this is nothing to do with the SAFER people. This is just the 3 replacements that we did for the retirements. So.
Good job. That's it. Okay. Personnel, tonight we sworn in 11 new firefighters, and we promoted 2, so we had a total of 13 tonight. So it was a good night for Brantford, and that was from the SAFER Act. 8 of those 11 were from the SAFER Act. And also, with regret, firefighter paramedic Tim Kari will be retiring effective July 1st. So we're going to miss him. He was a good guy.
Yeah.
And looks like we'd have another replacement, Chief, right?
We will.
Yes.
We do.
So we can keep everything up on staff. That's it for personnel. Training, Commissioner Clem.
Training, okay, it's, here we are. Excuse me here. Well, with our new employees or our new firefighters, obviously, we have 3 of them, or actually 4 of them completed their fire academy course, and they're scheduled to go on shift this next week, it says. We have one of the new firefighters. She's completed her paramedic training and she's currently doing her ride time. So hopefully she should get checked off soon.
Yep. Doctor's in Maine this weekend, but next week Dr. Baguki will be back, and she should be signed off pretty quick. We're
Okay, and one of our new hires, oh goodness, he's just completed his EMT. Firefighter, we have 2 volunteers who completed their firefighter 1. And then we have, for everybody in Branford, there's a 3-family house sitting next to the community house that we've been able to use. And so I guess the volunteer companies have been going over there for training, and according to Deputy Chief Bloomquist, I guess everything's going really well, having that building.
We've had that building longer than we anticipated, and which is really good for us. We started using it for the rapid intervention team training about a year ago, actually a little bit more than a year ago now, and they haven't been in any hurry to tear it down in their cycle of what's going on in the building of the new senior center and rec department. So we're going to take advantage of that as much as possible, and I would just like to say for the neighborhood, the Church Street neighborhood, thank you for tolerating us and putting up with us. A lot of the neighbors will come out on their deck with a beer and watch what's going on, and they actually get a little entertainment out of it. But it's invaluable training for the firefighters, and we appreciate the community support. I know it's sometimes
Real-time training.
a little disruptive, but it's good.
Well, every now and then I'll see where someone is tearing their home down, and I'll call the chief and I'll say, gee, any chance we could use that building? But most of your homes are too close to another house, and you just can't do this.
The hardest thing for us these days is to get the demo permit. They have to get their hazardous materials remediation done, and it's by the time they get all the permitting done and all of that, their project needs to move. So
They're ready to go,
we used to have some time. We don't have a lot of time, so if we get it, we're usually not as lucky to get it for as long. Most of the time, by the time they get their permit, it's down the next day. So
It's too bad, it really is. Okay, we're going to be hosting in October and November. We're going to be hosting an aerial operator certification course, and this information will be going out to other fire departments so they can participate
yes,
too.
that's a State of Connecticut calendar course. Once a year prior to the publishing of the State Fire Academy training calendar, they put out a request for space. If there's any departments that want to host calendar classes. So since we are lucky enough now to have the classroom here at headquarters, we request a couple of classes, and we're usually successful in getting those classes. And the quid pro quo is that the Academy gives us a minimum of 4 free seats in the classes for the use in our classroom. So it brings the training here, we don't have to send people out, as well as we get 4 free seats. So it's a win for us.
Works out good. Yeah, great. Okay. All right, that's it.
Okay. EMS, Commissioner Fox.
Year-to-date ambulance revenue is $1,906,509.91. Keeps going up, Chief.
And so just as a point of information, that year-to-date was as of 6/13.
Right.
So we're anticipating by the end of the month that we'll probably be close to a record.
To 2 million, yeah. We had a total of 4,016 EMS calls for service July 1 to date, resulting in 4,748 transports to area hospitals. 77% transport to 23% non-transport. So primarily we're transporting.
I have a typo. I'd just like to make a correction. We actually had, where are we here?
EMS calls.
We did more than 4,000 EMS calls.
Yeah.
We transported 4,748.
So we did more than that. We did more than that.
Resulting in,
So that's supposed to be a 5?
4,748.
So I'll make a correction, but
it's by 5.
5,060.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a lot of EMS
the
calls.
percentage is still the same.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's a lot.
It's that
Yeah.
money,
It's a lot.
it's the $2 million revenue.
Yes, yes.
And the-
$2 million
And the quality
worth
of
of-
service that was provided by
Right.
the men and women of the department, that's right.
Yeah, and you know, just in passing, periodically, you know, someone I know has to call them.
Right,
And I always hear how wonderful they
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Always.
Well, all the letters that we received.
That we
Yeah.
receive, yes, and
I
the
mean,
thank
it's
you
just
letters that we
heartwarming.
Kind of
receive.
considerate,
Really
yep.
is.
Yep.
Good. Okay. Apparatus, Commissioner LaCroix.
Repairs and maintenance is ongoing. Firefighter Giroli continues to do a good job with that. Light bulbs are being replaced, oil is being changed, and various other preventive maintenance goes on. Car 15 has gone out to bid. Car 15 is the truck that is used to plow. This is actually a pretty crucial piece of equipment during heavy storms that we're able to keep this yard clear and in times assist apparatus in responding to a call, whether it be for a medical or a fire call. And so this is a very critical piece of equipment. It's gone out to bid, and stay tuned.
Yes.
So as noted, Dante does a great job with all of our preventative maintenance. He keeps up with a lot of stuff there. Currently, you know, we have a backlog of some minor repairs. There's always a backlog, as you know, Commissioner, of minor repairs that need to be done. But there are no major repairs at this time. One of the latest fairly significant repairs, the torque box, which is the section of the ladder truck that sits in the midship of the truck that holds the ladder. That's where all the stresses are when the ladder moves, you know, laterally, and occasionally will snap a torque box bolt. And it's as part of our ongoing inspection. If we find one, we replace it. In the past, we've had to send that out to New England Fire Apparatus for repair, which would have been a significant repair for us. Danny's able to turn, and the downtime, which is really pretty significant. The downtime of not having a ladder truck for, you know, at least 3 days, because it would take us that long to get it out there, diagnose it, they do their thing, send it back, wait for parts. Danny's turning it around in a matter of hours.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we did identify some issue with the bolts that were being supplied. After doing some research, they have to be grade 8 bolts, which is the grade of bolt that's necessary. It has a certain strength
Right, don't
tested
let
to.
on.
The ones that are being made in China or out of the country, they are not the same as the ones that are being made in this country. So we've had to find a new supplier. We've learned that a grade 8 is not a grade 8.
Oh, geez.
So that should also help reduce some of the issues. The other thing was some of the training stuff with that torque. You know, we have a lot of drivers. We have a lot of different drivers, a lot of inexperience with the vehicle. So we put out a training bulletin, and that's one of the things that Gary didn't mention under training. But we've come up with a new one-page training bulletin. If it's safety, it's going to have a safety orange top to it, like just a banner. If it's informational, it'll be blue. If it's some other new equipment or a change, so we have kind of a color coding. And it's a one-page thing, so you can absorb the issue with pictures and everything. It's a pretty good thing to quickly communicate when we identify problems like we did with the truck. And that got out there pretty quick with some information on how to train, and then links obviously to any of the information that we have online for our drivers to do more research and learn some more. So good stuff there.
That's good. Good news. Last is buildings. So Station 9, have you guys all been around to see it?
I have seen it,
The
yes.
foundation
The other day I was
is,
down there.
okay, the footings are complete. Chief, I think they even started underground plumbing. I thought I saw some risers for it.
Plumbing should be done by the end of the week,
Yeah.
and they're I believe this afternoon, because this morning when I went by, they had the left side done. They should have the steel framework for the pour of the slab. So pouring of the slab for the apparatus bay, and the foundation and the slab and the walls are complete, and we're going to start going up.
Yeah, they have all the lines, all the matting
They
down
also
and
were
stuff, yeah.
finishing the drainage
Yep.
on that.
And we are keeping within budget. We can report that we are. We've had to do a couple of contingency change orders that we had to do on stuff that was, it's there, and so
Right.
we're fixing it now. If anything was there, there's a couple of code changes that made a couple of the change orders have to happen after it was already approved. It came back from code review with, you have to do this. It was more for energy and stuff like that, so they're helping them.
Any surprises with doing the site work? Because that ground hasn't been dug up in a while.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Well, there was a little bit, and we had to put some extra stone down at
Yeah.
the base.
I'm just curious.
Yeah,
Because that's been there for quite some time.
yeah. But the thing is that Engine 9 sat on probably a 4-inch slab
For how long?
All those
50, 60
years.
years, and that thing was built by the volunteers, and they put it in.
And that's-
And nothing ever happened.
Yeah,
That thing didn't
nothing-
even crack, so. And it's amazing how technology
Yeah.
was then and now, but,
Wow.
but no, it's, we had a little bit of issues on some of the foundations, so we had to go and put down extra stone.
And there was an oversight, little bit disappointed with the oversight on behalf of the architects of record, Silver Petrocelli, with the missing of the water connection for the fire service and the estimating of having to put that, hiring the water company to do the valve.
Yeah.
But even with that being said, I think you're right, Commissioner, we should be fine with our contingency at this point.
Yep. There's a weekly meeting, and then we have a monthly meeting, or we have a special meeting with the building committee if anything comes up, so at least.
What's our target for that again?
It was November 5th, but because of we did find some asbestos that was hidden in the old building that had to be
Oh,
removed.
gosh, yes, yeah.
So, one could argue an extra day there, but we're not gonna put that on the calendar right now, so we're hoping to still have it done, in the month of November and get Engine 9 in there, so.
Okay.
I will say
We haven't
that.
had any issues, as
No.
far as I know, with they're responding from the treatment plant.
Yeah, I was just gonna give them credit for doing that. They're going down there, they do it, and so they're getting the trucks out, so. That's great.
Oh, yeah, there.
Yep,
Yeah.
good. Chief's report.
No, mine.
Oh, I'm sorry, pension, no report.
Oh, the pension, yeah.
Okay, no report. I did have one under communications. I did receive, as the chairman of the board, a letter from a town resident, Wayne Cook, regarding the process and the property up on East Main Street. I've turned that over to the town attorney at this time, so I don't have anything to report on that. I'll say anything
That's out of
back
our
from the
scope.
town. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I just want to put that for the record that I did receive that.
No, that's fine.
So, okay. Sorry, Chief, now it's your turn.
Okay, pension communications.
Oh, you had something?
It's summertime, nothing is going on.
yeah.
Jim and I just was chit-chatting here a while back, and we figured after the budget was completed, then we will sit down, because every year we have a small number of volunteers who do not, we only require you to do 40 calls a year, okay? It doesn't seem like a lot out of the 6,000 we do. But it's kind of distressing in the fact that here you've made 35 calls, but you don't finish the other 5, and of course you don't get a stipend or anything for this, and you don't get credit for the pension when you turn 65. So anyway, he and I and Deputy Chief Murray are going to sit down and try to figure out, is there a better way to, do we send out a memo maybe in September or something to all the volunteers to say, check your numbers? I mean, I would think that they would check their numbers anyway, but obviously they don't.
And we had this discussion
Yeah.
at the last pension committee meeting.
Yeah.
And we had some who were just a little bit shy.
Yeah.
But then we could see on the spreadsheets that they had done a lot of other activities.
Well,
they
they
were
do.
not inactive.
Yeah.
They
Most
just
of those,
Yeah.
missed the
calls.
target
Okay.
by 2 or 3
Exactly.
calls.
I think there was, Commissioner, correct me if I'm wrong, I think there were 3 individuals who have been great firefighters for us historically,
Right.
and they were delinquent in their getting to their numbers, but there is a mechanism in place that goes through me, and I
Right.
review,
Which was what
you
we
know,
did. We
who they
referred
are,
to.
what their contributions have been, all of those other factors. You know, it could be as simple as somebody started a new job, somebody has
Oh,
a
sure.
kid in
Oh,
their
yeah.
their world. So those that were close and in that situation were granted
Okay,
their
good.
pension.
Yeah, that was
As long
what
as they're
we sent them. We
involved,
sent it
yeah.
along
We do,
to the
yeah.
chief for review. But
now
I
at
think
the-
a reminder
we're gonna
might
have to
really
do
be
it.
a good
Yeah,
idea.
I
You
think
know,
so.
September or whatever,
yeah.
and just
Sure.
I mean, you know,
you have this many hours.
It is, that's what it's distressing, the fact that you're there, they're so close.
We have members that are not, you know, they're not firefighters, but they contribute in
Exactly.
either as EMS people, or, you know, they do the EMS and they're active as far as their role in their company doing the books or this being a secretary or, so they contribute. We take all of that into consideration.
Exactly. So, anyway, hopefully by this fall, we'll have something figured out, so, that's it.
Okay, Chief, anything on your report you want to?
Just quickly, statistically, as I stated, last year we did 6,300 calls. It was probably it was our busiest year to date. This year, yesterday, we completed 5,869 calls. It's averaging 16 a day. We have had a more unpredictable call volume than we have. We're doing days where we're doing 28 calls and we're doing days where we're doing 10 calls, whereas before we were pretty steady and we were averaging, you know, we still had those fluctuations, but we're having these wild swings. Ever since January, I've been watching the stats. It's just a little unusual, but today was a typical Branford day. We're getting back into our regular pattern where we had 5 ambulances on the road today and had in an hour and a half, I think there was 8 or 9 calls.
Oh, my God.
And they all resulted in a transport to the hospital.
All of them.
Other than that,
The extra firefighters.
the department, as always, participates in a lot of community events, and we were there for the suicide awareness up on the green, which was kind of a unique event. Branford was lucky to be one of the host sites for that, and it was very moving if you didn't see it. But we were there. We were there with Memorial Day Parade, Special Olympics. We're guys and gals are great in supporting the community in any way we can. We're currently at the 9-person career shift, our daily manpower. The 4 that were at the academy, 4 went to the academy because they had to get certified at the fire academy. The ones that didn't, the other firefighters, the 8 that we had, were either laterals who were already certified or they were certified through their volunteer, and we're going to augment some of that training because right now their priority is their paramedic school. But as of July 1st, we're going to the 10-person shift. We anticipate that by the middle, I think we determined at we held an officers meeting this past Tuesday, and we're going to shoot for the 17th of July to begin Rescue 2, which is where the 2 additional per shift firefighters will go. The Rescue 2 vehicle is, it was, you know, as you know, went out to bid. We accepted the bid. We had our pre-build meetings, and everything's the chassis due to be in about another month, and then they'll start actually building the vehicle, and it's anticipated, I believe, to be around December. Captain Carson's heading up that committee, and Commissioner, you can touch base with Captain Carson at any time. As you know, he's more than happy to go over anything with you.
He's very accommodating.
Does a great job, so we're happy about that. Some other stuff I think you should be aware of. Chief Murray is in his role as our IT specialist. We're lucky to have his unique talents. He's been working on a special project for me, which is we're able to get Guilford's data now. We're hopefully we've had some shared data with East Haven and North Branford before, but hopefully we can all come to an agreement in sharing data. But they've created a portal which will be good there's a couple of different parts to it. One of them being you can see how many staffed ambulances Branford has and whether they're busy or not. And the same thing would go for Guilford and anybody we get into this portal. We'll be able to give it to our dispatch center so they can quickly say, hey, Guilford's got 4 ambulances, but 3 of them are out. Let me call North Branford for the mutual aid ambulance instead of bothering Guilford. And just kind of gives a general status update and some good information. The other thing is we'll be able to see their last call numbers, so we don't have to call their dispatch anymore. And it's just a general awareness of what your mutual aid neighbors are doing, because we rely on each other a lot. So it's really great stuff that they're working on. Another thing is that some of this stuff's going to be integrated into the CAD monitors you see around, where we're going to take, there's a program that is relatively inexpensive that Timmy and I looked at. We're very confident that it's worth the small investment. It's under like $2,000 to, there's a one-time fee of like 600 and something, then it's a couple, but the total fee should be around $2,000. And what it's going to do is it's going to grab information from our firehouse software, our ESO software, all of our different things, and put that information up on the thing in one place, and it'll scroll. So you might be able to come in and you'll see that today's high tide is this. These are the events that are happening around today, because we put hydrants out of service. We do all that stuff. But it's all going to put it in one space, so as you walk around, you'll be able to see this stuff. And it should help with the communication, the data sharing, without having to purposely go look. It's always like there for you to see. So that's another good thing. And then lastly, in Firehouse, we made an upgrade to that. And this is really what's going to help, I think, with the record keeping for the volunteers and their response. As part of their stipends this year, Timmy ordered new computers for those that need them. They're all going to have good computers at the Firehouse, newer computers that they can use. And we're going to require that. Previously, they couldn't input any information to Firehouse until the call was completely cleared and everybody got back. So it was a delay in them doing the record keeping. And now what's happening, as soon as the call is dispatched, it'll appear in Firehouse. And they can go, and there's going to be a new button in there that they can push, and they can add just the personnel that their unit, and also put a little narrative about what their unit did right then and there, and then they're done. They don't have to do it again. They don't have to worry about that. That's the only part of the record that they're changing. It's just their portion of the record.
Big time saver.
And so my thought process is, if there's an officer there, then it would be their responsibility. If not, then the driver will have to do it. And it literally takes 2 minutes to do. Log on, put in your information, boom, you're done.
Okay.
So that's really I have. Festival and fireworks were successful. Rob Dobozinski was in charge of the fireworks this year as the deputy fire marshal. Company 2 was the volunteer engine, but a lot of different help. Company 9, 5s with the boat, the career staff running Marine 2, and everything went off without any issues. So appreciate that. Good. And that's it. Everybody's doing great.
Good.
Yeah. Assistant Chief report. The Chief is out tonight. So no report. Old business. I don't have anything. Nope.
Yeah.
New business.
Nothing.
Nope. Motion to adjourn.
Okay.
So moved.
Second.
Second. Okay, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
So voted. Okay.
This program was brought to you in part through the support of the Town of Brantford. Watch town meetings and other videos on demand at BrantfordTV.org.